Good evening, everyone. Welcome to District 43's Virtual Candidates Showcase. The purpose of Candidates Showcase is to allow voting delegates the opportunity to hear from and learn about each district candidate. Candidates will respond to questions and explain their vision for the district, their positions, views, and ideas to help improve District 43 as well as the organization as a whole. During the showcase, candidates will be held in the waiting room until they are admitted into the main room. This way, they will not have an unfair advantage of knowing the questions that will be asked of them. Candidates will be asked to respond to a variety of questions that pertain to the office in which they are seeking. Each candidate has the option to deliver an opening and or closing statement. For all races, the allotted time is 6 minutes. A timing signal will be shared with a green light at 5, yellow at 5.5, and red at 6. Please help me welcome tonight's moderator, immediate past district director, Toastmaster Lou Zhang.
We will now begin our candidates showcase. Candidates are to begin our showcase. It's my honor to introduce you to the first nominated candidate for the office of Club Growth Director, distinguished Toastmaster Shirley Kiles. Shirley, would you like to give an opening statement before we start?
Yes, I am Shirley Kiles, distinguished Toastmaster, candidate for Club Growth Director, Toastmaster year 24-25. I am excited and inspired by this nomination. My background, my love for Toastmasters, of being in Toastmasters over 35 years, has given me the qualities and the skills that I know that will take our club to the next level.
Thank you very much. Shirley, my first question for you is, can you share with us the responsibilities of the Club Growth Director?
Yes, the responsibilities of the Club Growth Director is one, to develop the marketing strategies and plans for implementing the growth of the club and expanding Toastmasters opportunities to as many members or to as many people as possible. It is also responsible for recruiting and establishing clubs, making sure that those clubs are sustainable and grow. It is also responsible for a committee of members that are responsible for working with the Club Growth Director and helping to expand clubs, the Toastmasters opportunity to many people, to several people, or as many people as possible. Works very closely with the district director and the club quality director, as well. It's a very expansive role that includes strategic planning, creative skills, definitely people skills, and motivating people. One of the key things things for developing clubs is how to motivate people into Toastmasters and to see the value of Toastmaster. Also, the role involves strategic planning, and which is key to developing a club growth model to help grow clubs for the division.
Thank you very much. The next question is, could you share with us your experience in club chartering process?
My experience in club chartering process, I did charter a club, the first club for International Paper. I chartered that club, and that process was helping to, one, gain members to charter a club, and going through the charter process of completing the paperwork, making sure that all the financial things were in order for the club, documents were signed. So I have experience as charting a club myself, the first club that stood up for International Paper. And that club was Toast of the Town. That's what it was called.
Wonderful, wonderful. The next question is, please give us a specific example of a time when you developed a strategic plan and it was implemented successfully.
Yes, I developed a strategic plan for opening the first outpatient surgical center for St. Joseph Hospital, which is now St. Jude. I was director of surgery there. Outpatient surgery has just began to come into existence. That means someone coming in, having surgery done, and going home the same day. And I had the responsibility of developing a strategic plan for opening the first outpatient surgical center for St. Joseph Hospital. It required recruiting surgeons, staff, equipment, writing procedures and policies, setting up how patients would flow in and out of the unit, making sure all the safety measures was in place, making sure all of the occupational safety and health guidelines was met, and also Joint Commission guidelines were met for setting up an outpatient surgical center. That's one of the things that I did. One of the things that I did when I was during my military career, I was the commander for the post-deployment health assessment center in the Army. And my role was to make sure that soldiers' health care was ready for them to be deployed. When I took over the command, we didn't have specific even space for soldiers' assessments as they came in. And I was charged with developing a center for healthcare for soldiers coming in and coming back from the war. And that was somewhere in the millions of dollars of having to do that. And that strategic plan is still in place today. I've had to set up certain procedures, certain plans, the process of flow of soldiers in and out, meet HIPAA requirements, just a whole conglomerate of federal requirements that were required to set up. Basically, it was like a small hospital for soldiers.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us. The next question is, can you share with us your experience in supporting struggling clubs?
My experience in supporting struggling clubs happened to be one of the ones that I was a member of, the Accredo Toastmasters Club, which was very stressed during the time when there was a lot of management changing. And basically the club simply just practically dissolved, but we kept the club active with a few members, and then later was able to grow the club to President's Distinguished, and COVID happened. But the club struggled for a while, but we were able to keep the club growing, was able to keep the club in place, and also to get it to come back to become a President's Distinguished Club.
So thank you very much. This concludes your candidate. Thank you so much, Distinguished Toastmaster Kyles. We will continue with the interview for our second nominated candidate for the office of Club Growth Director, Toastmaster Lynell Thompson. Lynell, would you like to give an opening statement before we start?
Yes, I would.
The floor is yours.
Fellow Toastmasters, I have chosen and taken on and accepted the nomination for District 43's Club Growth Director for the 24-25 program year. It is my goal to serve, to help our clubs, to help our area directors and our division directors fulfill the District 43's goal to grow, to strengthening the existing clubs, and so that we can become a Smedley Distinguished Club. How can we achieve that? By working together. There is no I in team. It takes all of us working together to strengthening, to meet individuals' goals, to meet your club goals, to meet the area goals, to meet your division goals, and together we will reach our district goal. As a club growth director, I would like to help those clubs that are struggling to become solid clubs. I want to help you in your club to reach that level 20 members that are actively engaged. How can we accomplish that? By coming to meetings, learning new skills on communication and leadership, and by putting those skills into action. I desire to serve you as your 24-25 Club Growth Director.
Wonderful. Thank you, Linnell. Okay, my first question for you is, please share with us the responsibilities of the Club Growth Director.
Thank you for asking me that question. The responsibilities of a Club Growth Director is to work with the division directors, to work with the area directors, to work with the other trio members to help our clubs grow, to help strengthen the membership, to help establish a platform where they're learning leadership skills. There is teaching them and helping our leaders and club members to grow and promote our clubs, to perform activities and host events that will promote our district and our clubs, to help strengthen the retention of existing club members and to regain members back into our clubs. That is the goal of the Club Growth Director.
Thank you very much. Next question. Could you share with us your experience in the club chartering process?
My experience in the club chartering process is chartering my first time. I had excellent mentors that walked me through the process of meeting with persons, talking about Toastmasters, and I received phone calls from persons who were interested in starting a club on their college campuses and in the community. The process of chartering a club is working with organizations or individuals who are interested in chartering a club, walking them through the process of recruiting, promoting the club time, walking them through the process of filling out the paperwork for who the officers are going to be, capturing the initial enrollment funds for their club, as well as continuing on to mentoring them once their paperwork has been submitted and accepted as a charter club. That is the process of my experience in chartering a club.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. Next question is, please give us a specific example of a time when you developed a strategic plan and it was implemented successfully.
A time where I implemented a plan would be as a Girl Scout. I was 20 years member of a Girl Scout. At the particular time in my high school years, as well as an adult, Girl Scouts was struggling in their membership. It was declining. And what I developed and worked with a team of leaders, of current Girl Scout, as well as peers, and coming up with ideas of what excited people, what were their needs, what was missing in their life, and matching that up with the mission, the vision, and activities offered by Girl Scouts. Through those things, I developed a program which is called Girls Night Out. After all, teenagers, they love to be with friends, and they also an opportunity to be out 24 hours just with your peers And of course, there were adults too to supervise, but it was more about the girls. It was about the members. And with that, we started off initially with a plan for just one troop. And the excitement, it grew to working on the council, which would be similar to Toastmasters district, and working with a team of the council members, advisors from various businesses in the community. We came up with a plan that involved businesses donated their time, their services. For example, Pepsi Cola in the Omaha Council Bluffs area, they had what's called double Dutch buses, and they allowed us to use their buses to transport the girls throughout the event. It became the annual district project.
Wow, that is very impressive. Thank you so much, Linnell. This concludes your candidate interview.
Thank you.
Next, let's welcome our non-floor candidate for the Club Growth Director role, Distinguished Toastmaster Eric Treat. Eric, would you like to give an opening statement before we start?
Yes, I would.
Okay, the floor is yours.
I've been a Toastmaster for 9.5 years. I'm a member of 14 clubs. I believe in helping clubs to reach their full potential. As I was as I was excuse me, as I was Division A director, our division was President Distinguished. And I thought of us as a family. We come together and discuss anything. And that's what brought us together. That's what brought us number one in Division I. But we were number one and crossing the finish line and becoming number one. And I believe every club can reach that President Distinguished if given the right momentum. And I believe it, boy, with the right coaches in the right momentum, we can reach Stanley Distinguished this next president, this next program year. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, my first question for you is, could you share with us the responsibilities of the Club Growth Director?
Yes. Marketing is a large part of a club director. And coaches. Coaches, I want to concentrate on coaches. This year we had a small number of coaches. This year, due to unforeseen circumstances, that number was that number was smaller than I've seen in quite some time. We can do better. But with our club coaches is a main is a is a part of main part of our club growth. And one thing I think I like recognition. One thing I would like to see the when I was the vision director, I developed a quality club program. We were the only club in District 43 that had a quality club of the quality club of the month program. That's what we had the quality. We had
Thank you, Eric, for also sharing with us some of your goals for next year. My next question for you is, could you share with us your experience in club chartering process?
I'm at this time I'm working on a club in Searcy, Arkansas. But I stayed at university in Arkansas and Harding University. Those are two clubs, hopefully two clubs we're working on this year.
Thank you, and best of luck to you on that.
Thank you.
The next question is, could you give us a specific example of a time when you developed a strategic plan and it was implemented successfully?
In Toastmasters or any time I've developed a plan. I've developed several plans over my career. So what specific? What do you want, Mo?
Oh, you can give us any example.
Okay, I've been when I was chairman of the Governor's Commission on People with Disabilities, we had I made sure we had a strategic plan for everything we did.
Okay, Eric? Yes, you have about 30 seconds left. Is there anything else you would like to say on your own behalf?
Yes, yes, I plan to go Toastmasters. I have been appointed to Jones Science Institute, our research board. We are the ninth largest eye research institute in the world. Part of my duties is fundraising. July. So I will be out in the community, not only spreading for iRacer, but spreading Toastmaster along the way.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Eric. To continue our showcase, I'm proud to introduce you our nominated candidate for the office of Program Quality Director, distinguished Toastmaster Rhonda Mattox. Rhonda, would you like to give an opening statement before we start?
I would.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Greetings, Toastmaster family, friends, and guests. I'm Club Growth Director Rhonda Maddox, and it has been my pleasure to serve as your Club Growth Director. There is an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Family, this year has been about going far, and we have achieved a number of accomplishments, from chartering 5 new clubs with many in the pipeline, to training many of you to do demo meetings. And as a district, we have hosted over 20 demonstration meetings, introducing others to it. We've had a record year in terms of being on par, particularly in our membership retention renewals, to become a Smedley member, but we're not there yet. As we move forward, I know in the new year, we want to continue building upon that progress that we've already made. And that is why I am asking for your vote for Program Quality Director, so that we can grow together and build together and continue this mighty work. A part of why I wanted it not to just be about me doing demonstration meetings and hosting demonstration meetings, but for it to be about you learning how to do that, because I can't be everywhere all the time, but you can. And as we plant these seeds in others' lives, they grow. The research says that in order for a prospect to buy something, they have to be exposed to it about 7 times. Now, I can't do that, but together we can. It is my goal as your program quality director to emphasize trainings throughout the year, not just a one and done, and that doesn't happen, but ongoing trainings, because our area directors and our division directors, they are the heartbeat, the pulse. They keep their hands on the pulse of what's going on. And it is important for us, as we are having our deck meetings, to hear from them and to train them as well. I look forward to bringing community engagement back, being able to get together for club contest, being able to get together for club trainings, for officer trainings, and being able to make that connection yet again. Family, I look forward to meeting you face to face. Everybody can't come face to face. We want to be inclusive, and it is amazing that we have the opportunity to have hybrid clubs for those people who don't have the opportunity to get out, who are perhaps in rural communities, or who are sick or ill, or for whatever reason. While the pandemic was not ideal for us, it did open up an opportunity for us to connect. And I look forward to exploring ways with you that we can connect both in person and hybrid. Now back to you.
Thank you, Rhonda. Well, I feel you already answered my first question, but can you still give us a brief, answer to describe your responsibility as a program quality director?
My responsibility as a program quality director is prioritize training our district leaders. That includes both our area directors as well as our division directors. I am responsible for the TLI, for the officer trainings, to assist in the completion of the district success plan, assist in the completion of the district budget, submit district training that have happened already, and also to pay close attention to what's happening as it relates to contest. I want this year for the club for the champion, the international champion, to come from District 43. If that is going to happen, we have to make sure that our area directors and our division directors are prepared and are hosting those. Additionally, we attend program quality director calls, and we are a part of our DEC meetings or district executive committee meetings, those types of things.
Thank you. Wonderful. Next question is, could you share with us an example of your communication style when managing teams and people?
My communication style is to make sure that I have engagement from the group. I pay a lot of attention to our people who are under talking. I want to make sure that all of those voices are heard. As a group, I've been accused of over communicating, meaning giving more information, but I like to think ahead to what it will take in order for us to make informed decisions and make sure that I've provided that information. For some people, they just need the, the 1, 2, 3, the statistics, but I tend to like to talk about why this is important and why this is needed. And I want us to not only understand what we are doing, but the why we are doing it and who is impacted and why it's important that we make this decision. I am a democratic type leader, so I love to hear from others and get their opinions so that it can inform the direction that we go.
Thank you. Next question is, what is your plan to promote pathway participation in the district for next program year?
That is an excellent question. I think Pathways is one of those underutilized success opportunities for us, and it's an opportunity for growth. As we move forward, I would love for us to certainly utilize some of the platforms that we already have in terms of Members Matter, and talking about the benefits of the online module that's self-paced for us. I'd also like to make sure that we get it to our area directors and our division directors to get that information out. And I want to repeat. Many times you have to hear a message 7 times before it finally sinks in.
Thank you. Well, you have 10 seconds left. Is there anything you want to tell the rest of the district?
I think it's important for us to capitalize on membership engagement and really utilize club contests as a way to get the word out into our community about it by using public relations.
Thank you so much, Rhonda. This concludes your the candidate interview.
Thank you.
Continue with the interview for the floor candidate for the Office of Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Craig Newmaker. Craig, would you like to give an opening statement before we start?
Yes, I just want to say, as you know, I decided to run for office this year because my club at DHS, we had trouble getting club coaches. We were desperate need for a club coach, and we couldn't get one. And we ended up, and out of all of our clubs desperately need help, and I want to serve and help our clubs become better, because we deserve to be excellent, be one of the best districts in the nation. I think we can, together with everybody helping.
Thank you very much. My first question is, please describe your responsibilities as a program quality director.
As program quality director, one of the biggest responsibilities we have is ensuring that our meetings and events are excellent, that they sparkle, that they engage our members. To do that, we need to train our trainers. We need to train our club officers well. We need to really work on making sure that every one of our training events is good quality, where people want to learn and grow and become leaders. Toastmasters, we are where leaders are made. We need to make leaders. we're as a district, we're not doing a good enough job in in helping our club members become leaders. We have whole divisions with only one maybe area director. That's a failure that we need to overcome as a district. So,
Thank you. Next question is, could you share with us an example of your communication style while managing teams and people?
my communication style is I try to be a little directive, but also try to I engage people in content analytical decision making. I'm an author, so as an author accountant, we're very analytical. We go one step to 2 steps and make sure we have all of our facts together. When communicating, that comes out in the way I communicate, but I'm not afraid to make decisions, and I'm got a very good broad base. I like to be. I call myself Coach Craig. So I try to be a good coach for everybody to help everybody grow and learn.
Wonderful. Next question. What is your plan to promote Pathways participation in district for the next program year?
One of the things we have a hard time with as district leaders, and especially in the program quality area, is Pathways engagement. You know, we have when I first started on Pathways, you can look at my club central and see the number of people who are not enrolled, even registered in Pathways. Well, if they're not registered in Pathways, we're not getting anywhere with them. We need to show them how to register. We have some really great resources that you take advantage of. Every Monday night, Julie McGar hosts a Pathways thing through the dedicated to members website, and we can work with those members to get on Pathways and learn how to navigate it. We sometimes it's 6101, but we need to make sure our club leaders, our club officers are getting the word out and trying to find out what members need help.
Great. Next question. Could you tell us how will you encourage strong commitment by the clubs to the Distinguished Club Program?
Encourage commitment by being leaders. We have to engage our club officers. We need to be there for our clubs. We need to be there in their meetings. We have clubs in our area that haven't had an area director visit in 2 years. That's a struggle. They're not going to commit to DCP if we don't have district leaders in their meetings, helping them and showing them what to do. Even as a trio, we can engage and get involved in some of our clubs and visit some of the clubs as trio members. Showing them that we're here helps them know that we need to make sure that they have the resources that they need, whether that's through training, whether that's through people on the ground. Our clubs need help. We need to give them that help. So.
Wonderful. Next question. Could you describe a leadership challenge you have faced and the lessons you have learned from that?
I remember my first HPL project. I was division director, and one of my HPL project that year was to do the division contest. I was going to lead the division contest. And one of the things I learned from that HPL project and the overall assignment was failure to have a vision statement at the very beginning is a real challenge. And so the leadership thing I learned from that is I've got to have a mission. I've got to have a reason for why I'm doing this. And I've got to share that with everybody else, because as leaders, we can bring everybody on board. We can get people engaged, and everyone will become a better leader, better member because of that.
Thank you very much. Next question is, how will you utilize technology to assist district leaders in achieving their goals?
I want to move to a hybrid system going forward. We need to be on, but we need to be on site when we in person. We need to have on-site training for our divisions, coincide that with some online models. We need to take full advantage of both to engage both audiences. That requires training. Our trainers, our people need to learn how to use Zoom, how to manage Zoom, how to engage other members in Zoom, and make sure that our hybrid meetings are successful.
Thank you. You have about 30 seconds left. Is there anything else you would like to say to all of our voting delegates?
Just remember, we have a choice. We can be the status quo, but we want to become better. We as a district, we can give our club, we can train our club coaches. We can assign club coaches through the club coach program. We can get members engaged in training, have successful training, even do a speaker bureau.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Newmaker. Thank you. This concludes your candidate interview. To continue the showcase, I'm pleased to introduce your nominated candidate for the office of District 43 District Director, distinguished Toastmaster Lisa Smith. Lisa, would you like to give an opening statement before starting?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, my first question to you is, Lisa, can you share with all of us what is your why to serve as District Director?
Actually, I'll be happy to share. First off, let me just say that I am honored and humbled to be the nominated candidate for District Director 43. And my why of wanting to serve in this role. I started my journey in Toastmasters in 2011. At that time, I was shaking in my boots. Never in my wildest did I think that I would advance to the point of where I have advanced. However, I have improved my communication skills, my leadership skills, and it has just been so wonderful. There have been so many benefits that I've gained from being a part of Toastmasters. I am passionate about Toastmasters. My why is that I want every member to be able to advance and enjoy the benefits that I am enjoying from Toastmasters.
Thank you so much for your answer. The next question is, can you describe your responsibilities as a district director?
I would be happy to. As district director, I would be responsible for managing the day-to-day operations of the district. That includes the finances as well as human resources. The good part about that is I do not have to do it alone because that is an enormous task. But I have the finance manager, I have the PR manager, I will have the administrative manager, area directors, division directors, a whole team of wonderful people that will help me with the operations of District 43. Thank you.
Wonderful. Next question. Could you describe a leadership challenge you have faced and the leadership lesson you've learned?
A leadership challenge that I faced? I had a challenge when I was the division director for Division E. And the challenge was trying to find my area directors. And when I say trying to find them, I literally mean trying to find them because I could not get them to respond. And it was urgent because we had a task. We had a goal that we needed to accomplish. I kept calling, texting, So the challenge was to get them to respond so that we could all be on one accord and move forward. What I had to do eventually was find out what motivated each member of that team. Once I figured that out and I could dangle that carrot in their face, that worked for me perfectly. Ultimately, we were able to move along and move the district to president's, our division to President's Distinguished that year. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question. How will you leverage technology to assist district leaders in achieving their goals for the next program year?
As far as the technology, Lou, that is going to be, hopefully we will be able to get people more involved in Zoom. A lot of our members are doing Zoom now as far as their meetings. Some of them are doing Teams. But whatever works for them, we're going to try to use that. I'm going to try to get more people involved in having the hybrid. As you know, we're having our conference via hybrid this year. We're certainly looking forward to that. But we're going to try to get everybody involved in moving forward as far as one of those outlets. And also, we want to use all the social media outlets that we have available to us as well, because when we need to get communication out, that's a better way for us to get the communication going. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question. What is your plan in managing the district finance for next year?
My plan for managing the district finances is to pretty much work with my trio. From day one, I want to work with the trio as well as our finance manager, and so that we will be on one accord. We want to start off knowing this is what we have to work with. So this is what we want to end with. We want to be able to get the plan, follow the plan so that we will be successful in the end, and we will not have to be struggling, hopefully, along the way.
Thank you so much. Next question. Can you share with us your scope and the vision for District 43 next year?
Absolutely. First off, let me just say, Lou, that I'm looking forward to serving the district and supporting and inspiring all of the members of District 43. My vision is to continue and contribute to the great work that's been undertaken already by this current leadership team, as well as the previous leadership team, since I was a part of that also. I want to be able to embrace the recent and current challenges as opportunities to move the district to the next level of achievement. I want to be able to reach into this district and find all the talent that's there, because we have members with so much talent. If we could just get everybody on board, we would be one fantastic district. I also want to encourage the development of new leaderships, because leaders are there. We just have the problem of getting them to step up into leadership. So that's going to be a big challenge as well, getting people to step up into leadership. But I also want to find new ways to enhance those existing district programs that we already have. Ultimately, I want to encourage every member in District 43 to be active, to be engaged, so that when we have success, every member will be a part of that success. We will all celebrate together. And of course, ultimately, our ultimate goal is still Smetley Distinguished. We started in my club growth year. That was ultimately our goal, to become Smetley. We fell short of that, but we're not going to give up. As program quality director, that is still our goal. We're still struggling, and we hope we will get there this year, this program year, to Smetley Distinguished. However, we will not give up. And ultimately, for the program year upcoming, if we do not make it, that will still be on the top of our list, to become a Smedley Distinguished District for District 43. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And that concludes today's candidate showcase. Thank you everyone for attending and the best of luck to each of our candidates. And now I will pass the meeting back over to our District Director, Jackie Hauser, for closing remarks and announcements.
Thank you so much, Immediate Past District Director Lou. Thank you and your team for the hard work and dedication that you have really put into the screening and selection process over the last 3 months. Fellow Toastmasters, as a reminder, you may cast your vote for 2024-2025 district leadership on Saturday, April 20th, 2024 at 8 a.m. If you will join us in person, please arrive by 7:30 to get your devices and your tablets prepared in the Rock Island Room 1, 2, and 3 in the Embassy Suites in Little Rock. If you are joining us virtually, you may find the link on d43toastmasters.org under Events and 2024 District Council Meeting. All District Council members should have received an email notification with the meeting information and documents to review. We will review and vote on the alignments that are recommended by the DLC and the election of district officers. It is imperative that all District Council members attend if available and pre-register in advance. Registration will close on April 17th, 2024. We want every qualified member of the District Council to have the opportunity to have their vote count. Pre-registration by April 17th was required to receive the election runner registration email to you. This is required for us to meet quorum at the District Council meeting. This concludes today's Candidates Showcase. Again, thank you, IPDD Lou, for helping us make it successful. We will see you this weekend, in person or virtually. Meet me in Little Rock.